Welcome back, YouTube. Thank you all for tuning in. My name is Nigel Schroeder, and you guys, of course, are tuned into the best finance channel on YouTube. If you guys didn't know, we bring you guys finance content daily. We also have other channels that are for business, building your YouTube brand, as well as couple finance. So please make sure that you check out the YouTube description box under this video so that you guys can get access to the other content, as well as there is information on how to get in contact with me and other things down there. So make sure you guys are checking out that box. But let's go ahead and get into the topic of the day, which is student loans. How do I manage my student loans? So I went to school, I ended up taking out student loans, I'm in debt. What do I need to do? Okay, the first thing is I think a lot of us look at student loans as though they are a myth or a joke or something. We don't think about them when we take them out. We just take them out and we keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing, and we don't even realize how much debt we're in because we go to the financial aid office that one time. They allow us to set ourselves on the path to our detriment, and then after that we don't even have to go check in anymore. There's just a little box that we click once every 4 months that puts us thousands of dollars more in debt. So in the case of having student loans and being in so much debt, what do you do? So what you want to do is you want to go and actually get your student loans put into some type of repayment option. Now, there's a few different repayment options to look into. One of the most popular ones, and you'll hear a lot of people talk about their $5 student loan payments, is income-based repayment. Income-based repayment is where, depending on how much money you are currently making, your student loan processor will actually come to you and say, hey, we will allow you to pay, instead of your whole payment that you should be paying, this certain amount. So it may be $5, it may be $100, it may be nothing. It all depends on what your income is. So with the income-based repayment option, you have the option to allow them to give you a certain payment that you're going to be paying every month in place of your actual payment, in order to allow you some time to either make some more money or come up with a different strategy or idea for repayment. Usually the loan issuers will offer this between 6 and 12 months to you. So it's kind of your choice to choose as to whether or not you're going to take all those months at one time typically. However, some loan issuers will say you have to take all 6 or 12 months at once, and that'll give you, 6 months or a year to kind of get it all together. The next method is forbearance. Now, forbearance is a term that is kind of, skewed different ways, because it has a variety of meanings by different issuers. Some issuers will give you temporary forbearance where they will have so many months of your student loan, like I said, maybe 6 or 12 months, where they won't charge you at all. And basically, again, it's kind of like the concept of a income-based repayment. You will not be paying for, those that period of time. They will kind of forgive you for those payments, and then you'll eventually have to make them on the back end of your loan. It will just extend your loan. And that kind of also goes into a different payment method, which you have, which is called deferment, where you can in turn defer or push back your payments. Again, most loan issuers are going to offer you 6 to 12 months of this, and this is going to be one of those things. Like I said, it kind of gets confused with forbearance a lot, and there's a very fine line between what your issuer is going to call it, but it really is deferment. It's not forbearance, because forbearance is a term basically kind of saying forgiveness, whereas deferment is pushing it off. You're deferring something, you're kind of procrastinating. The next thing, of course, true forbearance would be that you do something and in turn they will forgive a part of your loan. So maybe you go work for Peace Corps, maybe you go work for AmeriCorps, maybe you become a teacher at a low income or high needs school. And in turn, by working at one of those schools for so long, they will forgive part of your loans. They have different programs out there for forbearance, for true forbearance. And when you get through one of these particular programs, they also typically have another application on the back end. So it doesn't mean just because you go and work for a high need school for so many years that you're going to get that scholarship, or you're going to get that forbearance. You have to make sure that you're putting in the proper paperwork and doing the proper applications, because you don't want to look up 4 or 5 years down the road and then realize that you've been doing everything wrong and that you're not going to in turn get the money that you thought you were going to get. Typically when you take positions like that, they typically will have a guide for you at your college to kind of walk you through the process. However, a lot of the times I've seen people try to go through and figure the process out themselves, and it doesn't in turn end up working out well, because they are trying to go and get themselves out of debt, and they end up getting themselves back in debt by not going through the proper challenge and the proper network. So make sure that you're reaching out to the proper people. Another way to in turn save money on your student loans rather than having to take out extra or pay more is to apply for FAFSA, apply for scholarships and different things that will pay down your student loans, or that will prevent you from having to get them in the first place. You can also do work study that can help you with paying off student debt. You can pick up a second job. You can pick up a side hustle. I personally recommend that you factor in your student loans into your monthly budget if you can, and preferably with some extra money so that you can pay them off quicker and pay down the interest. If you can work while you're going to school, if you're in a program that permits you to do so, and by permits you to do so, I'm not just saying that they allow you to do it, but I'm saying that you're able to in turn still get the grades and accomplishments that you want and things that you want done while you're working and going to school. It's like going to school to be a doctor. It's not that they stop biology majors or any major, because anyone can go to school, get a bachelor's degree, take the right prerequisites, and go to med school. It's just typically biology majors and chemistry majors and people to that nature go for those types of degrees, because that's already part of their degree program. However, just because you can, as a biology major, go get a job, if you're trying to go to med school, you want to be serious and focus on school. So this may be one of those times where you have to take and bite the financial bullet to in turn come out better on the other end. But what you can do is make sure that you're applying for all the scholarships and things that you can get while you're in school, to kind of defer and push back you having to even take out student loans, or you having to take out as much. And overall, student loans can be used to be productive. They can be used to help you get ahead in life. They can be reinvested. You can take part of your student loan and invest it in something that brings you income back in, which will in turn help you pay off the rest of the loan. There's different strategies and different ways to get around student loans and having them for forever. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the information. I hope that this helped some of you. And please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channels. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.